Okay, been working on a new project inspired by the famous one-line random maze print program you can get for the Commodore 64. Basically, I tried to recreate the same idea but in Minecraft. So it randomly prints a maze using slashes of alternate directions. Well, random directions, more accurately. Anyway, probably less talk, more show, I suppose. Now, as it goes through, it randomly decides whether it's going to be a right slash or a left slash, and then it prints that to the. I use the word screen, but it's printing it. It's copying it to the ground, so it shows up on the map. And of course, and then so slowly you get what looks like a random maze forming. Well, as long as you hold the map in your offhand, of course, the one on the display randomly updates. Now, and of course, it is pretty much random every time. Here's some previous ones I've done, and again, they tile quite nicely because it doesn't matter what you do with them; they still look like they tile together. So it's odd. But anyway, so yeah, so we have a two randomizer, so it's either 1 or 2. So either does it left or right slash, copies it from the store into temporary, and then it gets copied from temporary up to the actual main floor, which I'll show you in a minute. And then of course it alternates, so it picks a random way, and then it tells it to print it to the screen. That's this whole mess here, is because it's a way to have each location set on the screen. So it's, in turn, bum 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 bum, copies to the right place. And of course, once it gets right to the end of this 16 by 16 characters, it's just done another line. Of course, once it gets to the end, it will stop once it gets to the end. Another couple of lines to go. So it does it one at a time. I could probably get it to go a little bit faster, but unfortunately, we're dealing with locking and unlocking repeaters can be a little bit problematic. If you get the pulse too short, it doesn't work properly. Basically, Bedrock Mindstone is a little bit. You have to be a lot more precise with what you do. Nearly there, and there you go. Another full, complete, random map. Let's see, it's auto stopped. Now, of course, what you can do is, of course, you can get a fresh map. Get yourself a fresh map. Print that out. Well, copy that. That then gives you a copy of what's presently on the display. And of course, if you want to save it, this is the 10th one. 10th maze map. And of course, so if you lock it with glass, name it whatever you like. And now this one won't change when the map changes. So just store that for later, I suppose. So yeah, let's quickly run up the top, and I can show you what's going, and show you the actual. So if we go above the map, this is one complete grid, is one complete map. So all the way up the surface, and there we go. You can actually see, what's physically on the ground shows up physically in the map. It's quite clever, really. But yeah, so you got all that. Nothing overly dramatic. Just felt inspired to try and make a 10 print map. Originally, I was considering doing it a different way, which was to use actual maps per slash, and then of course, similar idea, have it copied over to the screen, and then I can have a screen of any size I want. The only problem is, of course, we're now dealing with lots of maps, and it gets scaling is a thing. I might still make it, but at the same time, it would just be ridiculous. But and of course, if you want to get a copy of it, not really going to be a thing. But with this little, on a map thing, I can just copy it and make what I like. Anyway, that was it. Just thought you might be interested. That was it for now. Bye for now.